In the previous spoiler, it was mentioned that after receiving two powerful weapons bestowed by the primal Chaos City leader, Feng followed his instructions and returned to his residence to continue cultivating the Beast God 7 kills, also known as the Yenshin 7 transformations, focusing on the secret techniques of law application. Some might wonder, didn't Feng only visit the primal Chaos City leader after successfully cultivating? So what is the point of returning to practice again at his residence? Actually, there is a fundamental difference between the two. Before becoming the direct disciple of the primal Chaos City leader, Feng was only cultivating the first part of the secret manual, which mainly guided his fusion law comprehension. If one fails to master the first level of the upper volume within a limited time, it means the cultivator lacks the talent to comprehend the fusion law and is not suited to step onto the path of the beast god. That Feng was able to complete this cultivation in a relatively short time already proves his outstanding talent in fusion law comprehension. However, mere comprehension of the laws is far from enough. A true powerhouse must understand how to fuse the power of the laws with their own limits to achieve the most perfect combat effectiveness. This is the core significance of cultivating through the application of secret techniques. These application techniques cover not only combat and flight skills but also defensive methods. Some advanced secret manuals even include amplification-type secret techniques, with the system of secret techniques personally created by Shi Luo Duo being a prime example. Remember the Venerable Undying and the Venerable Fire Erosion? Although both are respectfully called venerable, their power levels are vastly different. The Venerable Undying's strength rivals that of the Tianshi Palace Master, belonging to the peak of Universe Venerables, a class of beings known as Universe Overlords. Shi Luo Duo himself is also a strong figure at this level. If we categorize Universe Venerables into 9 ranks, similar to how World Master and levels below are divided, the Universe Overlord roughly corresponds to the 8th to 9th ranks. It is worth noting that although Universe Overlords are overall far stronger than ordinary Venerables, in terms of divine body defense, they do not possess significant advantages compared to high-level Universe Venerables. Of course, not every Universe Venerable can step into the level of a Universe Overlord. Even if their law comprehension is similar, there can still be a significant gap in combat power between them. This difference is akin to the gap between an invincible King Immortal and a limit King Immortal, and its root lies in the limitations imposed by the universe's rules. Generally, for ordinary life forms, before becoming a Universe Master, their life gene level is often limited, with a maximum amplification of 100 times, which sets a ceiling on their base strengths. Unlike the World Master level and below, Universe Venerables cannot simply break through ranks by continuously absorbing universal energy until reaching Universe Overlord realm. Without special opportunities, breaking through the 100-fold life gene level is nearly impossible, making it difficult to truly enter the ranks of Universe Overlords. However, only a very small number of cultivators have created special secret techniques in their cultivation that can break this limit, greatly enhancing their previously restricted foundational power. These secret techniques are known as the amplification-type secret techniques. For example, Shi Luo Duo's self-created Beast God transformation is a supreme art with powerful amplitude effects. Once cultivated to the 6th level, it can unleash a basic power up to 6,400 times purely with physical strength, equivalent to 64 times the normal limit. It is precisely due to this overwhelming power difference that Shi Luo Duo stands out among Universe Venerables as a truly invincible existence just below the Universe Master. Of course, as a Master Controller, what truly enables Shi Luo Duo to dominate the universe is the offensive secret techniques he unleashes through his control of spiritual weapons. Supporting all of this, and allowing him to erupt with world-destroying power, is the powerful weapon known as the Beast God armament. As I mentioned in the previous spoiler, this is a formidable weapon forged uniformly by the human race based on Shi Luo Duo's self-created secret tome. It is also one of the 2 great treasures bestowed upon Feng after he became the direct disciple of the primal Chaos City leader. You might wonder, since the Yenshin armament is also an offensive weapon based on the 2 original laws of metal and space, what exactly differentiates it from the Beast God armament? The answer is, they are fundamentally different in nature. First is the difference in material. The highest level users of the Yenshin armament are mostly World Master level powerhouses, though some ordinary immortal army lords also use it. According to the specifications, the core metal material usually does not exceed grade F, and many are even at E9 grade. In contrast, the weapons used by Universe Venerables require far higher durability, with materials needing to be at least grade G. It's worth mentioning that powerful King Immortals commonly forge their weapons with G-grade metal. Therefore, weapons belonging to higher-level universe venerables naturally possess even superior material grades. Second is the difference in manufacturing craftsmanship, especially evident in the engraving of law patterns. Although the Yenshin armament applies the two original laws of metal and space, these are mostly used in parallel to generate amplification effects through their combination. The Beast God armament is completely different. It is forged based on the metal-space fusion law. This fusion is a higher-level law that transcends and is independent from any single original law. Therefore, in principle, the attack power of the Beast God armament is incomparably greater than that of the Yenshin armament, potentially surpassing it by hundreds of times. The only slight shortcoming is that among Shi Luo Duo's 4 ultimate secret techniques, none include spiritual amplification secret methods. As a powerful controller who can dominate the universe, it's impossible that he never trained such techniques. However, the spiritual amplification secret techniques he mastered were not self-created, and therefore were not included in his secret tome. For Luo Feng, this is a minor regret but not a true loss. After all, the divine general inheritance he inherited is itself a spiritual amplification secret technique, granting him a spiritual amplification of up to 3,200 times, far surpassing the normal human limit by 32 times, and even outstripping many king immortals in this aspect. It is precisely with this powerful enhancement that Luo Feng was able to break through numerous restrictions while training with the Beast God armament. Otherwise, he might have already been forced to give up this supreme secret technique, like many universe venerables who cultivate fusion laws. You may wonder why, as a strong spiritual master, Shi Luo Duo would rather spend time creating physical strength amplitude secret techniques instead of further improving spiritual amplification methods. The reason is that, although both the Beast God and the Golden Horned Beast possess powerful spiritual energy, their physical structures are more suited to the warrior path. This is also why, when the Primal Chaos City leader realized the extraordinary combat power of Luo Feng's Golden Horned Beast, he advised Luo Feng to abandon distractions pursuing the spiritual master lineage and instead focus more on the warrior path. In fact, as a cultivator of the Beast God path, the ultimate goal is to approach a true Beast God infinitely closely, which naturally requires starting by strengthening physical power. Luo Feng, carrying the divine general inheritance with mastery of high-level spiritual amplification secret methods, while also cultivating the Beast God transformation with powerful physical amplitude techniques, is advancing along two paths simultaneously. This means he is destined to surpass ordinary people on both the spiritual master and warrior cultivation paths. This is also one of the key reasons amplification secret techniques are so precious. Unfortunately, their cultivation difficulty is extremely high, and very few cultivators can truly master them. While studying the Beast God armament, Luo Feng also did not forget to delve into the wing-shaped weapon bestowed by the Primal Chaos City leader. He combined the escape secret technique from Shi Luo Duo's 4 ultimate skills with the flying secret technique specially prepared by the city leader for the wing weapon, then filtered through the flight techniques and the inherited memories of the Golden Horned Beast to find those with similarities. The fusion of these three granted him not only nearly instantaneous flight speed but also unpredictable and strange movement trajectories. Long-term cultivation of the Beast God 7 kills constantly improved his comprehension of the fused metalspace original laws and made his understanding of the 9 universe chaos steel even more effortless. In about 1,000 years, Luo Feng completely comprehended the first 5 images of the 9 universe chaos steel, which is equivalent to reaching the 15th level of the Heavenly Bridge in pure original law of space, also known as at the Marquis Immortal level. This also means that his achievements in original law of space have surpassed his first teacher, Huyen Bo. If not for preserving the unique comprehension advantage of the World Master level, Luo Feng would have chosen not to rush to break through to the Immortal level. He understood well that with a little more time, he could thoroughly penetrate the original law of metal. He was very satisfied with his progress in the realm of laws over the past 4,000 years. Next, he planned to integrate these insights into practical combat, further honing his skills and improving the efficiency of applying laws in battle, accumulating profound foundation for creating his own secret techniques in the future. The most effective way to do this was to undergo true life and death trials. After deciding to leave the beginning universe, Luo Feng first went to bid farewell to King Jinyan, then hurried to the city lord's mansion to say goodbye to the Primal Chaos City leader. What surprised the city leader was that Luo Feng did not choose a relatively controllable universe secret realm as his starting point for training but directly decided to throw himself into the extremely dangerous extraterritorial battlefield. It should be known that although universe secret realms vary in danger levels, cultivators can often rationally select suitable locations for training based on existing intelligence and their own strength. For example, beginners typically choose relatively safe secret realms first to accumulate experience and reduce the risk of demise. In contrast, the extraterritorial battlefield is entirely different. Although strong figures have their own activity zones, the actual situation is extremely difficult to control. Moreover, various strong beings often hide their means, remaining unknown until revealed. Once a response fails, one can easily be ambushed or attacked unexpectedly, resulting in severe injuries or even demise. Moreover, Luo Feng possesses cultivation talent comparable to Kudi and is a direct disciple of the primal Chaos City leader, naturally making him a target coveted by other races and vulnerable to assassination at any time. Don't forget, sometimes man-made threats are far harder to guard against than natural disasters. Take the super genius Kudi, for example. He possessed treasures far more precious than Luo Feng's, yet still couldn't escape demise. Seeing Luo Feng's firm resolve and determined attitude, the primal Chaos City leader no longer tried to dissuade him. Instead, he entrusted him with a spiritual imprint token. With this token, the city leader can arrive in time to assist Luo Feng if he encounters danger and needs help. However, he hoped more that Luo Feng would rely on his own strength to escape and possess powerful life-saving means. It must be understood that relying on others' power cannot stop enemies from pursuing oneself. Even if the primal Chaos City leader cherishes Luo Feng, he cannot always protect him at every moment. Only if Luo Feng himself is strong enough, with unimaginable survival abilities, will enemies be deterred from harming him. After all, no one wants to face an opponent who cannot be killed. At the same time, the primal Chaos City leader solemnly warned Luo Feng that in an emergency, it is better to choose self-destruction than to surrender and become the sole servant of the enemy. As long as the soul is not enslaved, even if Luo Feng unfortunately demises, the city leader can still reverse time and space to resurrect him. After listening to the city leader's instructions, Luo Feng bade farewell to the primal Chaos City where he had lived for over 1,000 years and embarked on his journey back to the original universe. After returning to the original universe, Luo Feng's primary task was to convert his vast wealth into actual combat power to comprehensively enhance his own life-saving abilities. Currently, besides the pair of winged weapons and the golden horned beast itself, his strongest means of survival lay in the Zerg army under his command. Therefore, before secretly burying countless immortal crystals infused with the 100-vine star-eating grass across various locations in preparation for activating the Divine Kingdom teleportation at a critical moment, Luo Feng decided to first return to the Starfield scrapyard to purchase a large quantity of Zerg remains to expand the scale of his Zerg army. Don't forget, Luo Feng had already earned billions of points after passing the Domain Master level Heavenly Bridge when he reached the World Master level. Although more than 90% of those points had been spent on various enhancements during his cultivation in the Primal Chaos City, he still had more than enough left to purchase 10,000 peak World Master level Zerg corpses. This time, Luo Feng planned for Irina to forge a Zerg King army numbering 1 million. Compared with his previous ordinary Zerg army of 3 million, both the individual soldier quality and the overall combat strategy would be dozens of times stronger. With Irina's ability as the Zerg Queen, it would take only a few decades to complete the forging of this powerful army. For her, creating such a massive army was not a burden but rather a great honor and happiness. When Luo Feng returned once again to the Starfield scrapyard, King Longju quietly felt relieved. Fortunately, when the King Nightmare Candle had unjustly harassed Luo Feng earlier, he chose to speak up and help, forming a good relationship, rather than siding with the King Nightmare Candle like several other King Immortals. Now, those King Immortals deeply regretted it and could only try hard to ingratiate themselves with Luo Feng, fearing that he would hold a grudge and settle scores after becoming powerful. After all, even before receiving the Primal Chaos City leader's cultivation, Luo Feng had already achieved such accomplishments. Now, having become the city leader's direct disciple, his future was limitless. Even the Primal Chaos City leader once declared that Luo Feng's breakthrough to King Immortal was only a matter of time, and he even had the potential to become a universe venerable. For a universe venerable, dealing with these King Immortals would be utterly effortless. Fortunately, Luo Feng saw that their attitudes were now humble and their reception attentive, so he neither became angry nor intended to settle scores later. He well understood that these King Immortals, as representatives of the business branches of the 5 great powers, naturally acted with opportunism, caution, and diplomacy. Considering the forces behind the King Nightmare Candle, they dared not easily offend him, and their alignment was more out of helplessness. Now that Luo Feng was backed by the Primal Chaos City leader and had arrived as a direct disciple, his status was naturally supreme. Because of this identity, he did not need to personally select Zerg corpses this time. he only had to issue the requirements, and the 5 King Immortals arranged their subordinates to handle the collection. The quality of the Zerg corpses was far superior to before, and the collection efficiency was 100 times faster. During the waiting period, these King Immortals went all out to curry favor with Luo Feng, even choosing the highest grade corpse units for him whenever possible. All of this allowed Irina to produce a Zerg army twice the size of Luo Feng's original plan. Clearly, this treatment and outcome reflected the conveniences and resource advantages only available to those in high positions. As with last time, Luo Feng once again gained the opportunity to treasure hunt in the Junk Mountain due to the massive purchase of Zerg corpse units. The difference was that this time he had a full 100 years of free search time. With his current authority, he could not only access surveillance footage but also move freely within the Starfield scrapyard without any restrictions. This allowed Luo Feng to act freely in an absolutely safe environment while more efficiently searching for what he desired. To the King Immortals like King Longju, Luo Feng's action was merely a way to relax before entering the life and death trial. They did not know that Luo Feng actually had a secret goal on this trip, which is to collect the complete 2 sets of silver armor fragments. Although Luo Feng's human body, after reaching the pinnacle of the World Master level, could fully unleash the power of his soldier-grade armor, achieving combat strength comparable to a Marquis Immortal, for the Golden Horned Beast who had also reached the peak of World Master level, the amplification provided by the soldier-grade armor was almost negligible. After all, the life gene level of the Golden Horned Beast was inherently 10 times stronger than that of an ordinary human, and its physical qualities far surpassed the human bodies. Naturally, it could withstand much higher intensities of power and had little need for the additional amplification provided by soldier-grade armor. Moreover, with the support of various special secret techniques, the Golden Horned Beast itself could enhance its peak World Master power to more than 4,000 times, far exceeding the 1,000-fold limit amplification that soldier-grade armor could provide and increase several times greater. For the Golden Horned Beast, soldier-grade armor had long lost its practical effect. Therefore, Luo Feng had to find higher-grade silver armor fragments to match its true combat power requirements. During the treasures hunting process, Luo Feng did not forget to continue studying the secret tome to improve his own strength. With his powerful consciousness, the 3 bodies were already able to operate independently, each focusing on different tasks without interference. Thus, while the human body concentrated on collecting the silver armor fragments, the other 2 bodies fully devoted themselves to studying the second level of the Shi Luo Duo secret tome, balancing cultivation and treasure hunting simultaneously. Unfortunately, the grade of the silver armor fragments was far above that of the soldier-grade armor, and their quantity was much more scarce, significantly increasing the difficulty of collection. Even with many conveniences, Luo Feng spent about 20 years barely managing to gather a complete set of silver armor. Compared to the speed of collecting soldier-grade armor fragments in the past, this was 10 times slower, reflecting how rare the silver fragments were. After assembling the armor, Luo Feng immediately tried to activate its power, personally experiencing the might contained within this advanced armor. The silver armor, known as the general grade armor, was forged by Sitting Mountain guests specifically for ordinary immortal level warriors of the Flame God race, and its grade was far higher than soldier grade armor. Although Luo Feng's physical quality had already become 3 times stronger than an ordinary pinnacle world master level due to cultivating the 9 Calamities secret tome, he still could only barely activate less than 15% of the general grade armor's power. This clearly shows how high the physical demands of the general grade armor were. With a thought, Luo Feng handed the general grade armor to the Golden Horned Beast to try activating it, resulting in great surprise. The Golden Horned Beast not only activated the armor more easily, but its formidable physical quality directly unleashed 50% of the armor's power. With the aid of various amplification secret techniques, the armor's power was fully triggered, eventually exploding to a force equivalent to 10,000 times that of a world master. This meant the Golden Horned Beast's physical strength had reached the threshold of a King Immortal, and its overall combat power barely matched that of King Longju. When combined with the winged weapon, its power could further rise to the level of a high-tier King Immortal, enough to easily slay a high-tier Marquis Immortal. Possessing such a powerful trump card, Luo Feng's survival ability on the extraterritorial battlefield would undoubtedly increase significantly. After spending 60 years, Luo Feng finally gathered 2 complete sets of general-grade armor, though at a much slower pace compared to collecting about 60 sets of soldier-grade armor. Meanwhile, Irina successfully created a Zerg army numbering about 2 million warriors. Such a scale of army, if attacking together, could severely wound or even kill a top-tier King Immortal, making it a major trump card for Luo Feng. After achieving these goals, Luo Feng attended the farewell banquet carefully prepared by King Longju and the others. Shortly after, he officially embarked on his journey to the extraterritorial battlefield. From this moment, his perilous trials and path to becoming a powerful figure would truly begin. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching this video. Wish you a wonderful day.